Let me welcome everybody. Welcome back to the Larry X's Ear Show. I miss you guys, and I just assume you naturally miss me. As you probably can look at the cameras and tell that Warren and Carla is not with me today. I got a house full of new guests. So Ed, you've been traveling with this young man from Sweden with all this information, and the two of you guys, when we met, I just fell in love with your energy and the whole bit. How did you guys get together?
Eric made a film?
Yeah, first I made this new approach to storytelling, which I call the suspense of disbelief. And with that material, I wanted to do a course which brought all my ideas and explanations to the one rule that makes up a good story. So I posted an ad, I needed actors, and Ed replied, "Call me now, I'm heading to the States."
So now, did you do this in Sweden or you did it here?
No, I did it in Sweden.
So you went to Sweden?
Yeah.
I'd moved there already.
Oh, you was already in Sweden?
I so he was going back.
Oh, okay.
So we met at in a huge room upstairs at a hotel in Stockholm. We're the only two people there, except for somebody vacuuming the rug. And we were supposed to talk about the movie, but we didn't. But we just hung out for like 2 hours and said, we got to do something together because we have like interests and like energy. So actually, we did the movie. So
I hired him at the spot.
Can people see the movie online?
Absolutely. It's on thesuspenseofdisbelief.com.
Say that again.
Thesuspenseofdisbelief.com. And I know the suspense of disbelief is grammatically wrong, but I like the sound of it.
But spell it out because of your accent. Spell it out.
Yeah, you can spell it out.
Oh,
it's on your.
Get him to spell it out. I'm dyslexic. I would get it.
All right, I got it covered. Thesuspenseofdisbelief.com.
That's what I'm talking about. See, when you come to the Larry X's Ear Show, you get the voices, you get the faces, you get me. But you was telling me a little bit interesting story there about how you got into cinematography and the film industry. But tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, when I studied film at college, I made one short movie about 2 minutes, which made it to all the Swedish film competitions, and people laughed and people loved it. Didn't win, so I looked at the winning. Yeah, the winner. I looked at the winner and I didn't like what I saw, but I said, well, okay, I'll do what they did so I can win next year. And every time I did a movie, it became worse and worse and worse and worse. I didn't like that spider at all. So I kind of took a halt.
Honesty.
I kind of took a halt and decided that the 3-act structure didn't work for me because that was kind of like a map for big-ass features in Hollywood. I wanted a rule that could help me guide myself through every decision to make all good decisions in making an exciting movie.
Well, now we have a little booklet here. This is a little booklet that he gave us here. And now tell me a little bit about this. I know we can't go through the whole thing.
No.
Tell me a little bit.
We can go through the whole thing because it's only one page.
Okay, well why don't you produce the show then here? No, go right ahead. Go ahead.
All information must be unexpected, but yet related to engage the recipient.
So, okay, writers.
Yeah.
Now, I want you guys to listen to this young man.
Yeah.
Now, explain that. I'm sorry, I had to cut you out. But then start over again, please, and then explain it to me.
Yeah. So, what it means that you have to keep appending events in the dark, so when they're revealed, they will release the rush of, I didn't know that was going to happen. But you have to keep it related, so when the new things happen, you understand that it could happen.
It can't be so far out of
No.
left field.
No.
What?
And to understand this rule, unexpected but related, you can see the anti-rule, expected and related. And it's expected and related information is perceived as credible and boring, and it's perfect when you're designing warning signs and manuals. So Hollywood, every country in the world, it's like going to the movies and you don't want your friends who already seen the movie to tell you what's happening. in the same sense, you don't want the movie to tell you what's going to happen in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. 'Cause,
Yeah.
You know, the thing about it, I'm a songwriter.
Yeah.
And it's so different writing a story for a song because sometimes, the hook is basically the end of the story.
Yeah.
But sometimes you want the hook to be up front.
Yeah.
And, and sometimes you write a song to the point where you want to build it to the hook.
Yeah.
But basically the building process of a song is like you build it to the climax of the ability of the vocal.
Yeah.
Of the vocalist or the vocal guy, but not the story itself. So that's very fascinating.
Yeah. So the biggest difference between what I teach and how I work, between me and the 3-act structure, is that in the 3-act structure, the central piece is the hero. In my teachings, the central piece is the audience.
Okay.
Like, people give me scripts, that's why I'm a script doctor, and I mend them.
The script doctor.
The script doctor.
Script doctor.
Yeah.
The sexy script doctor. So I don't care about the content, I care about how it's presented.
Oh, okay.
So people know where they want to go, I can tell them where they have to start. Or if people know where they want to start, I can tell them where to go. Because the journey is like a mirror. If you see yourself in the beginning will tell you about the end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So now you had just a little bit here. We were supposed to go to some music, but I'm enjoying this. So I'm really, but look here, let me ask something. You said something about now your grandparent. You had a grandfather that was
grandfather.
In the filming.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, my grandfather was born in Germany in 1904, and at the age of 20, he started going into the German movie business. And before the war, in 1940s, he moved to Sweden. So he made about 200 documentaries and about 40 films. And during the war, his service was to film the Olympics in Berlin.
That's absolutely. Now he had an interesting marriage too, huh?
Yeah, he had 4 wives. Because back in the day, you have to marry the guy, marry the girl before you fornicated.
And he's not from Mississippi speaking like this.
So the first gal he married called Signe, and when she moved to America, he didn't want to follow. He wanted to make movies in Scandinavia and in Germany and Italy. So when they splitted, she wanted to keep the last name. And the thing about the last name, Hasso is my grandfather's stage name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So in the divorce, she wanted to keep it while stealing it from him. And he wanted the same thing. But they both got to keep it. And when my grandfather settled in Sweden, the postal service told him, man, either your name is Hartnagel or Hasso.
Gonna go with the answer B.
Now watch this. Noggle.
Yeah.
See, I did that. See. I mean, I've been
Yeah.
I know how to do that. You know what? I'm looking at the time here. This has been really fascinating. I'm so glad. So you guys are traveling. You just come. You was in New York, then you was in Vegas. So how long are you on this trip that you're on?
Well, I'm heading back to New York on Friday.
Uh-huh.
So anyone that wants to call me have to call me today or tomorrow.
But just interested. I'm just personally interested in what are you doing next. I mean, your trip here was for how long?
Roughly 2 weeks.
And you've been everywhere in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I've been everywhere in 2
Tell
weeks.
us some places you've been.
Okay, I've been to New Jersey, New York, Las Vegas, all around Hollywood, all around
Malibu to me.
Malibu.
Yeah.
Yeah, we parked our trailer at Malibu Beach.
Yes.
Very nice spot.
So is this like your first adventure here?
Yeah, this is my first adventure here. And the reason I did this is because I'm writing a fictional biography, which the main character ends up in Los Angeles, Hollywood. And I didn't want to write that part before I saw it.
And listen to what he said. Now he's from Sweden. He doing a fictional biography, and he couldn't finish it until he met a black guy in Malibu.
Thank God you're there.
Eric, it's but I'm sorry. Tell me a little bit more about the biography that you're doing.
Yeah, I can tell you. It's the life story of an autistic guy. We get to follow him, how he royally fucks up his chances with the love of his life at a very young age. The long and disappointing pursuit to conquer love, and how that journey turns him into the biggest movie director in Scandinavia, and the deadly consequences of a backstabbing producer.
Oh wow! So now this is extremely fascinating. So, but when you say you had to come to Hollywood, to see for yourself, before you finish the story.
Yeah, the movie is called Invisible Walls, Thoughts, and the Hedgehog's Way to Hollywood. And the backstabbing producer, spoiler alert, makes him have to flee to Hollywood not to get killed in Scandinavia.
Don't say that to Ed. Don't talk about Ed like that.
Ed is my producer.
Yeah, I'm the skeezy producer.
Yeah.
It's kind of a stretch.
No, so now I know where my character lives. He lives in Beechwood.
Yeah, Beechwood in Hollywood.
Malik, you hear that? You see
I heard it.
The luxury of coming here before. Now, the luxury of coming.
Hey, but it makes total sense.
Yeah.
Because, it's one thing to like see it, but it's totally different when you step in live.
Yeah. I didn't know it was so Mexican. Like.
There's going to be a lot more jalapeno.
Well, this is
He's from Sweden.
The Hispanics,
Like the Pollo Loco is everywhere.
Yeah, the Hispanic and the Mexican community feel that they can't believe that we are here because California was there. Say, hey, gringo.
Yeah, we showed up and drew a line.
But no, this is quite fascinating. I'm so glad you guys came. Eric, you got to when you get back in town, tell people in Sweden about us. And Ed, I'm so glad that you guys were able to join us. Thank you for joining the Larry Yates' Ears show. Remember, a nation can rise no higher than it elevates the woman. See you next week. Oh, I'm going out of town, so I see you when I get back. Warren and Carla will be here next week. Thank you. We're out.